Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of I Think She's Pretty podcast. And we are on YouTube. I cannot believe it. It took so much courage to get here, y'all. And I'm so happy that I actually decided to go ahead and give you guys a visual because, as you guys mostly know, I am audio only. If you didn't know, my name is AJ, and I have a podcast, and it is about maneuvering your 20s. We're all lost. We're all trying to figure it out, and we're going to do it together. But before we get started, make sure that you are leaving a rate, make sure you are leaving a comment, and make sure that you are following the podcast on all streaming platforms so you are the first to be notified about any episodes that are uploaded. And with all that, let's get started. So, I really wanted to talk about social media versus reality. This is a big one because I feel like we get it twisted very, very easily. We get it mixed up quickly. And I think that a lot of us are trying to live our lives based on what we see on social media, but little do we know, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. People thinks they are an illusion, and looking through a lens or looking through a camera, it doesn't look that way. People can look perfect, people can look like they have no issues, they have no problems, when in reality, life is kicking their ass. Okay, and not just them, you too. So what I wanted to really touch on today is basically, don't let social media try to run your life, or don't feel like you're not enough, or don't feel like you're not doing enough because of what you see on social media. Like I just said, social media is all smoke and screens. Okay, people look like they have it all, people sound like they have it all, but in reality, it's not that. And you really don't know what someone else is going through on the other side of that camera. So I wanted to start with how social media makes you feel like you have to have it all. And it's basically what I just touched on, what I just said. But when it comes to, going on these lavish trips and, having this and that in the cars and, whatever else, we look to social media, of course, and we kind of get discouraged sometimes because you feel like maybe somebody is running faster than you, maybe you feel like somebody is being blessed more than you. And you start to question yourself, like, okay, so what's wrong with me? How come I haven't received this blessing? Or how come I don't have this, or I don't have that? Or what makes this person so much better than me that they have this? And no, that is completely wrong. What you see is not real. You're perfectly fine, you're doing fine, and where you are right now in life, that is exactly where you are supposed to be. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Just being on social media, looking at it 24/7, it can be draining. It can be so draining, and I have to go on breaks, but we'll touch on that in a minute. Social media breaks, they are so needed. I catch my own self wondering, or having the thought like, okay, like, I'm trying to look like that, I'm trying to do that. And it can be discouraging sometimes because it's like, okay, well, I'm trying, or why are they succeeding? And I'm doing the exact same thing. And I think what it all boils down to is it's just not your time. I feel that everybody in the world has something special to them, and you were created for a reason. We all have a talent. We all have something that we were blessed with. And I just feel like when it's time for you to ungift that, then you will ungift it. But what people don't realize is that in order to get to the gift or open that door that you so desperately want to open, you're going to go through some trials and tribulations. We want all these things, we want to be blessed with all these things. But what we don't understand is that in order to get there, we got to learn some lessons first. And that's okay. You're going to have to go through the storm first in order to get to the sunshine, the light. And it's not because you deserve to go through hell and back. If we were given what we wanted because we thought that we should have it, we would fumble it. Like, Simple, easy. I actually heard that on TikTok. I forgot the girl that I heard it from, but it made such good sense. She was like, if we were blessed with everything that we thought that we should have, we would just fumble it. We wouldn't even appreciate it. So that's why you kind of have to go through some things in order to get to where you need to be. So that way, when you get there, you like, first of all, I worked for it. Second of all, I know how to maintain it. Third of all, I did it. Like, not only did you do it, you know how to maintain it, and you feel so good about it because you had to get down, you had to get dirty, and you had to go through some things in order to get there. So never underestimate yourself and your worth and who you are, because social media makes other people's lives glorifying, or just because social media makes other people look like they have it all, or it looks like social media is glorifying them or their life or whatever. These celebrities, I love me some Cardi, like I love my celebrities, but at the same time, that's who they are. You have to stick to who you are. And not even just celebrities, these influencers and things like that. You can be that. You don't have to just look at it through a screen. Find who you are on the internet and go and do it. Go be that. Go do that. I just think that we really underestimate ourselves, and we actually kind of lose our identities a little bit and our individualities because we want to be like a certain celebrity, or we're trying to be like an influencer. And it's like, stop trying to be everybody else but you. Just be you. Stop trying to fight who you are and just be who you are. And just how social media is making all these other people look great and look so good, it could be the same for you, but you're organic. Because that was one thing about me. Like, I did not want to get on YouTube. I didn't want to start YouTube until I knew that it was organic and it was for me. Okay? Like I said in the beginning, your girl was petrified, scared as hell. I'm still scared, but I'm here. You just have to throw yourself out there, and you just have to know that somebody agrees with you. Somebody can relate to you. You have your own little community out there. You just have to learn how to go and find it. So the next thing I want to touch on along with all of that is running your own race. Now, running your own race is just what it sounds like. Run your own race. Don't worry about what that person is doing over in the left lane. Don't worry about what that person is doing in the right lane. Worry about what you're doing, okay? It's okay to congratulate. It's even okay to even see, how a person got to where they got to. Like, me as a girly, like, look, I have no nails on, hairs in a bun, like I am plain as can be, but I'm always looking at influencers. Where did she get her nails done? Who did her hair? What kind of curly products does this girl use? Like, I'm always looking to better myself. And I feel that in this generation, not only do we not do that anymore, it's more on some hateful stuff. Like, I see more hateful comments towards people more than I like your nails. And what I mean by that is, it's like people will just break you down all because they like something about you. Learn how to elevate yourself. Learn connection. Okay, if you see somebody that's trying to get into the same industry as you or whatever, make that connection. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and that definitely does ring true. Okay, your name could be in rooms that you don't even know about. Okay, I am a firm believer in that. So try to make connections with people. Try to find different ways to make a better version of you. I just feel that we should try to help each other as young 20-year-olds and just as women, period, instead of coming down on each other so hard. Stay in your lane. And not only does that mean elevating yourself, it also means minding your business. Okay, stay out of other folks' business. Running your race includes staying to yourself. Okay, don't get me wrong, like I just said, connect. Please connect, but mind your business though. Don't worry about what that other person is doing. Your priorities change, and they do. If you really truly have grown, your priorities change. And if I'm being completely honest, you don't care what the next person is doing. As well as minding your business, running your own race is loving who you are. Love who you are, okay? You look in the mirror every single day. It doesn't matter what mom says, dad says, sister says, friend says, strangers on the internet. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. You have to wake up in this body and you have to look in the mirror every single day. And if you don't like what you see, do something about it. But don't change yourself, okay? We lose our identities in this social media stuff. And I just hate that for us, and I just want us to get that back. Because we're all special, I promise. And lastly, the one that I really wanted to talk about and that I really, really wanted to expand on is the social media break. Because I've been loving it so far. I have deactivated some of my socials and I feel great. It feels good not to see certain things anymore, certain people anymore. Yes, you can go on a blocking spree. Please do that. You can go on a unfriend spree, you can go on a blocking spree, but me personally, I just wanted to really cleanse myself and just really come back to me, and I just deactivated a couple of my social media pages. If you do want to keep up with me, make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. I am active on those two platforms, and I will put those in the description down below. I want you to actually comment down below what social media platform you have decided to give up, and I'll go first. I gave up Facebook. I gave it up. At first, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't understand. Like, I used to see like other people saying like, I deactivated my Twitter, my Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and I used to be like, I get on those things every day. I need those in my life, and they hold so much, information. More for me personally, Facebook is just really a place for me to just keep up with family and friends, quite honestly. Like, there's nothing on there. All I used to do was just share all day. I rarely ever post on there like pictures and stuff. I don't make statuses, so it just didn't make any sense for me to have a Facebook. I feel great. I feel good. I don't think I will probably reactivate my Facebook. Maybe for the podcast, I will maybe do a Facebook page for the podcast. Let me know down below if that's something that you would like. But as for me, I mean, I'm done with Facebook, and I see why other influencers, like, I'm not the only person. There's influencers that don't have a Facebook, and I'm here for it. All I have is Instagram, and it's been an adjustment because you know how you're just bored, and you just be flipping, through your phone and like your apps. You just jumping from app to app because you're bored. It has been kind of hard because all I have is Instagram. I just have one app, one social media app, and it's Instagram, and I love me some Instagram, okay? So, like I said, I want you to try it. I want you to give up at least one social media platform and see how you feel in a week. I remember listening to a podcast by Emma Chamberlain, and she was saying how she gave up TikTok and that it was toxic for her, and I totally understand it. Absolutely. On Facebook, I was friends with almost everybody I went to school with, and just seeing like just different paths that like people take and stuff, which that's cool. You just get to a point where you just want to filter out so much in your newsfeed that it's like, you know what, just forget it. I'm just gonna deactivate it and just never look back. So I feel better on the inside. I do feel like a cleanse has happened, and I also did the same thing on Instagram. So obviously I did not deactivate my Instagram. I have cleaned it out a lot. I've unfollowed a lot of people. I've unfollowed a lot of like gossip pages, tea pages, things of that nature. I'm still following the Shade Room. That's never gonna change. Love me some Shade Room. But I've cleaned out all of my crap on Instagram, and once again, I feel clean, and I'm actually following pages that I want to follow. I follow pages now that just make me feel good. They cleanse me from the inside out. So for example, I follow a lot of Christian Instagram pages. I follow a lot of fitness pages because that's something else that I want to go into 2024 doing. I want to go on a fitness journey, and y'all know I'm gonna take y'all with me. I follow just a lot of things. I follow a lot of pages that make me just feel good personally, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and I feel that you should do that too. I feel that not only should we cleanse our lives of people that are just toxic, nasty, negative people, I also think that we should cleanse what we see on our phones. Our phones and the internet, they hold a lot. Don't get me wrong, social media can be a positive place. It can be a great place. It can be an uplifting place. As much as the internet can be a good place, it can also be a bad place. And social media has been the center of a lot of things that have went on negatively in the world. And I just think that because you're consuming it, it's going into your eyes and it's going into your brain. Like, you just need to just cleanse yourself. And I also challenge you to follow people and pages and things that make you happy. If you like to eat, follow people that cook. If you like fashion, follow some influencers that talk about fashion and you really like how they talk about fashion. Like, what I'm trying to say is fill your cup, girl. Fill your cup. It is all about you, okay? This is your time, your space, and you should love every part of it. And like I said, whether that's following a fashion page, a nail page, or whatever, follow things that make you happy. Follow people that make you happy. I'll go first on that as well. A person that makes me happy or an influencer that I really, really look up to is Aaliyah's Face. That is my girl. She is somebody that I look up to like craziness. Just the way that she carries herself. From the products that she uses. Have your own identity, but don't be afraid to go and make yourself better. Get some ideas or, get some things from people that you look up to or that you think are cool or, whatever. Unplugged yesterday. I watched TV yesterday for the most part. I watched Aaliyah's Face on YouTube. But I unplugged. Like, I was not on Instagram. I wasn't on anything. Unplug every day. I feel that we should put our phones down for at least an hour every day. Because first of all, it's just not that deep. It's social media, babe. It'll be there. It'll be there when you wake up in the morning. It's there at night. Like, it's not going anywhere. So I just would love to hear from you guys about how you unplugged and how you have, made the necessary changes. I feel that it's almost, taking me over. Like I said, I have to put my phone down if I see, it sounds really weird, but like I do get kind of like, weary or whatever. Like if I see like these lavish vacations every week and things of that nature, it's like, girl, what kind of money you got? And that's why it's so important to just unplug and just unlock, because you're going to drive yourself nuts trying to figure out how people do stuff and all that. Just relax. Social media is, like I said, a great place, but your identity, your individuality is way more important than trying to make something look good for a lens or for a camera. So that is why I am just so big on taking a break, unplugging, and being in tune with yourself. And don't get me wrong, you do not have to watch TV, right? Go work out. Do whatever makes you happy, okay? That phone in your hand is not that important. You need to focus on you, and you need to focus on the things that you want in real life. So one day, when you are on social media and you're showing off all these successful things that you have done, first of all, it's organic because you worked for it. And you can also be an inspiration to someone else. And that's mainly why I'm here. You don't have to be aesthetically pleasing. You don't have to have all these really expensive gadgets in order to film a video. You don't need any of that. And that's what I want to represent. I literally started my podcast with a mic and an iPad. That's it. And I've taken off ever since. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And where you are right now in your life, that is where you are meant to be. I'm going to say it one more time. Okay, because I know I said it earlier. I just want you to know that you are doing fine. And I'm talking to myself too. You're doing fine, girlfriend. You're doing great. So now, with all of that being said, I just want to say a huge thank you for tuning in today. I am just so excited and happy that we are here. I have a visual for you guys, and I've been holding off on it because I just wanted it to be so perfect. But I told myself, I was like, hey, you either with me or you're not. So stay with me, grow with me, and we're going to do this 20 thing together, okay? Because being in your 20s, It is a roller coaster. And now, before we go, make sure you're following the podcast on TikTok at I Think She's Pretty P. Make sure you're following the podcast on Instagram at I Think She's Pretty podcast. And if you want to stay connected with me, you want more of me, make sure that you're following me on Instagram at adr.ianne_. So that's Adrian _ and make sure that you're following me on TikTok at _AdrianJ. That's gonna be ADRIANNEJ. And one more thing, if you have not listened to the audio version of I Think She's Pretty podcast, there are 16 other episodes. So if you have not listened to any of those yet, I would really appreciate if you gave those a listen. It is so appreciated. And I'm so excited to have y'all here with me. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you in the next one.